Everybody. I am Tiffany North, Coach Tiffany. I help people who are tired of struggling with food for years and feeling like bad about themselves and shame around their relationship with food and their body to finally heal and find um, a joyful, peaceful, easeful relationship with food and your body. So today I'm going to talk about cake. Cake is my very favorite. I love cake so much. It's my favorite dessert. And when prior to intuitive eating, I would restrict food. And I would do this for a lot of reasons because I wanted to lose weight, because I thought I should, because I thought I was addicted to sugar, because I was told that, I should eat differently, because I was told that sugar and flour and white foods were bad for me because I had an autoimmune condition, right? So for all of these reasons, I restricted food. And so one of those things was cake, and my love for cake really made this a struggle. And so when I would get cake, it would, be my birthday or something, and I'd be like, I'm going to go off of my diet and I'm going to eat all the things. And I would get cake and I would be just like so preoccupied about it. I would be, if I could barely pass the kitchen. Typically, I couldn't pass the kitchen without going in and eating a few bites of it. I would, just eat like really big slices and feel really big. I would just eat like much larger slice than what actually would like feel good to me. And then I would eat more, right? And I would just be constantly thinking about it until I would, either finish it or, it would be taken out of the house. Sometimes I would give it away because I would be like, I can't trust myself with this. Please take it away from me, right? Don't leave that cake here. I can't trust myself. Oh, that was so intense and sad and frustrating because I loved cake. I couldn't imagine, never eating cake again. I loved wedding cake. I loved birthday cake. I loved all the cake. But I also felt bad and guilty and shameful about wanting to eat cake and my enjoyment of it. And like I said, I would be so preoccupied with it after restricting that I would eat it in a way that felt out of control, or it would reinforce this idea that I couldn't trust myself. Now, I found intuitive eating. I've done all of this work around my relationship with food and my relationship with my body. And I no longer base my food choices on some external should, like a checklist or anything like that. And so now when I get cake, it is um, like a pleasant, joyful, either it's a gift or a surprise, or I bought it for myself because I wanted it and it felt um, like something that would bring me satisfaction. And so it is much more celebratory and I'm able to actually enjoy it. Typically, now when I get cake, I don't eat it right away. I might take a few bites sometimes if I got like just a slice of cake and I got home from the grocery store or something. But typically, I will, wait to have it when I'm hungry or after I've eaten dinner and I want to have some dessert and kind of enjoy the moment. And then I really savor it and I really enjoy it. And I don't feel any guilt or shame at all about eating this cake. Typically, I'll have a slice or a part of a slice. I'll eat the amount that feels good to my body typically. Occasionally, I still go over by a few bites. Like I'll have a few more bites than maybe there's room in my stomach for, so I'll feel a little beyond fullness. But even then, I don't feel guilt or shame. If I were to have two slices in a day or three slices in a day, I wouldn't feel bad or guilty about that. I would feel um, curious about like, oh, was I really hungry? Did this taste really good? Did I enjoy it even? Um, you know, did I use it to soothe? If I did, then that's okay. But um, what was going on underneath the surface that really needs tending to? So I would be really curious about that. Um, but typically, I enjoy an amount that feels really great to me, and I feel like I can trust myself and that I'm free to enjoy the foods that bring me satisfaction and pleasure and joy. And I never have to consider the idea of never having cake again. Like I know that I always will have permission. I'll always have the freedom to enjoy cake again. And so I don't have that urgency or that like increased preoccupation about it, much more just like based on what would feel affirming, and using discernment about what would feel good and nurturing and joyful and um, satisfying for me at this point. So I wanted to talk about this because it really illustrates the difference between something like cake, which is, you know, something that we encounter all the time. It's something that we use in our culture to celebrate, um, but it's also something that's super demonized. And the difference in showing up in a way from like a more critical lens than a loving, nurturing lens, and using an external locus of control or a list of shoulds to determine what and when and how and why to eat something like cake, versus using my internal sensations, my body attunement, my own discernment and empowered choice to decide what, when, how, why, and where to eat cake. All right. I hope this was interesting to hear about. I hope it gives you some hope if you are already on your intuitive eating journey. If you are someone who's stuck in restriction, or maybe you're in avoidance and you're giving yourself permission to eat cake, but you're just eating it in a way that doesn't feel good to your body. I hope this gives you some insight into how intuitive eating and shifting from a should to a choice and attunement can really change your relationship with food in your body and allow you to trust yourself to eat any food, trust yourself to have any food in your house, trust yourself to enjoy food rather than trying to control or manage it or just avoid thinking about it altogether. All right. I hope this was helpful. And if you need support in that journey from should and criticism and shame and feeling bad about it to attunement and discernment and empowered choice and joy and satisfaction, I can help you with that. You can reach out to me at Tiffany@CoachTiffanyRN.com. You can also take my online quiz to find out if you're more preoccupied or avoidant or securely attached with food, on my website, CoachTiffanyRN.com/quiz. I am having a group program that will be starting soon, and I do have a few private coaching slots open. So reach out if you need support. Take care.